Have you ever played a video game and asked yourself, who am I really playing as? You know, what is the background of the character that I'm literally saving the world with? Nobody, fucking nobody's asked that question. But, hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to know who the greatest protagonist in the history protagonist is, who would it be? I've compiled a list of the 5 big dogs that I think are perfect for this list, and we will determine them by these factors. Number 1, their accomplishments. This is the obvious reason. You have to have achieved an extremely significant heroic task in order to be on this list. Whether it's defeating gods, demons, or giant turtles, if it saved lives, congratulations, you're a hero. Number 2, their crimes. Not everyone's perfect, obviously. Unfortunately, some of these characters have done some bad in their lives. But does their bad outweigh their good? And finally, number 3, how impactful was their good? I'm not looking for no little, oh, I helped my grandma cross the street type bullshit. No! We are looking for tasks that literally changed the course of the world. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it. Starting it off with Mr. Video Game himself, Mario. Mario is the titular character of the video game series named after him, Super Mario Bros. Mario is also the mascot of the Japanese video game company, Nintendo. He has appeared in over 200 games since his creation and has been around for over 30 years. He's one of the most recognizable characters probably ever, so I'd be very surprised, and you'd probably be living under a rock if you don't know who this guy is by now. Some of this man's greatest feats include lifting up a castle and punting it with zero effort whatsoever, saving the Mushroom Kingdom countless times from a giant fire-breathing turtle with an army of tiny little mushroom things and tiny little turtles, once beating Bowser into unconsciousness while destroying Bowser's galaxy reactor, has defeated literal gods, survived a 2.4 megaton explosion, once restrained a 5,731 ton chain chomp, piloted a vehicle in space going Mach 375, and once he was able to spin and throw Bowser multiple times into bombs. This boy don't play around. Now that doesn't mean that Mario is completely perfect. He has committed some of the worst crimes I've ever seen. Where do we even start? Identity theft, hit and run, destruction of property, good lord, assault, animal abuse, child abuse, arson, breaking and entering, theft, murder, mass genocide, street racing, killing of an endangered species, trespassing, but nobody gives a fuck about that, and much, much more. The amount of good that Mario has done is completely outweighed by the amount of crimes he's done. He's done way more than the shit that I just mentioned. Mario is not the most heroic hero. Do not let people tell you otherwise. This dude has committed some absolutely heinous acts you guys do not even understand. Let's move on to the next character. This is pissing me off already. My childhood is ruined. The title character of Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog video game franchise charges his way onto this list. Sonic is an anthropomorphic blue hedgehog who can run at supersonic speeds and curl into a ball to attack enemies. He races through levels, collecting power-ups, rings, and avoiding obstacles as he seeks to defeat the mad scientist, Dr. Eggman. Here are some facts about the Blue Blur. I didn't know this, but apparently he's only 15 years old and he was born on Christmas Island. Since when does a hedgehog live on a damn Christmas Island? He's also only 3'3" and 77 pounds. Even I'm bigger than him, bruh, and I'm 15. But now let's go over what you came here for. Some of Sonic's feats include outrunning a black hole for 30 seconds, survived re-entry into the atmosphere and terminal velocity, shattered a 40 million ton stalactite, outran a cyan wisp at Mach 209, has defeated Eggman, Shadow, Emerald, Solaris, and Perfect Chaos, is also capable of destroying gods, defeated Egg Robo while it was powered by the planet's energy, and Sonic has defeated multiple bosses in their final forms. Now, just like with the boy Mario, Sonic, just because of the good he's done does not mean that he's perfect, okay? He has done quite a bit of evil as well. I mean, that's kind of expected though. I don't think anybody really likes Sonic as a character. They just like the games. But anyways, let's get into the evil stuff that he has done. Now, for reference, I just want to say some of this stuff isn't from the games. Some of this stuff is from the comics, which I didn't even know there were Sonic comics. But yeah, some of them are from Sonic comics, and some of them are from very old TV shows. So that's just for reference, just so nobody screams at me in the comments saying, "Oh, this didn't happen in the games." I know. I had to Google it as well just to make sure I was saying the right stuff, okay? First on the list of evils, he has put Tails up for adoption. He robbed a planet of music. He convinced a robot to become a genocidal monster, refusing to be a bodyguard of a character. Wanted to leave Sinbad imprisoned. He has competed with his friends during extremely bad times. Of course, he's damaged public property. He abuses Tails, like, all the time. And of course, the most heinous act of Sonic's life, he just doesn't listen to anybody. Now, I know the bad stuff that Sonic has done is not as bad as Mario, but to be for real, we don't really like Sonic, so he's not the most heroic hero. Far from it. We still have 3 people on this list that I think actually do qualify as the most heroic heroes. Let's get into them. Link, the protagonist of the highly touted video game series The Legend of Zelda, makes his way onto this list. Link has appeared in over 20 games in his native series, but has also made some other cameos in series like Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. His first appearance being in 1986, common elements in the series include Link traveling through Hyrule whilst exploring dungeons, battling creatures, and solving puzzles until he eventually defeats the series' primary antagonist, Ganon, and saves Princess Zelda. What a Chad. Some of Link's biggest feats include matching the power of Majora, a world-destroying deity, triggering volcanic eruptions over 7 megatons, attacked multiple times in the time frame of a lightning strike, and surviving dispersed Misery Mire clouds within a 300 megaton blast, has saved Hyrule, Lorule, Termina, Holodrum, Labrina, and the Twilight Realm, has defeated Ganon, Vati, Malladus, and Demise. Of course, like the other 2 on this list, Link has committed some pretty big evil acts, or crimes if you want to say. I don't really know what to call them, but he has committed some pretty big ones, so let's get into them. These crimes include stealing a lot of rupees, creating Demise, who ends up becoming the main boss of one of the games. Yeah, he's pretty evil. Link turns into a wolf and terrorizes a town. Committing grave robbery. Has committed mass genocides of Dekus. Curses a kid. Committed many deaths in Termina, thanks to time travel, multiple times. And finally, Link ruined a songster's life. This one is a pretty long story, just look it up. Alright, so after doing this for Link,
I've actually looked back on him and realized that he's not actually that good of a hero. Looking back on this and doing this, I thought he would be one of the, the biggest heroes out there, and he would do a bunch of good deeds. But again, the crimes or the bad really does outweigh the good in these types of situations. So, Link, just like Sonic and Mario, he is not the most heroic on this list. After all that I just listed, he definitely is not on this list. But we have two more people that I think do qualify. Let's get into it. Sneaking his way onto this list is one of my personal favorite characters of all time, Solid Snake. Snake is a former spy, special operations soldier, and a mercenary, possessing an IQ of 180 and fluent in 6 languages. The fame he achieved from his military exploits earned him such monikers as Legendary Soldier, Legendary Hero, and the man who makes the impossible possible. God damn, he's already badass. Snake is also depicted as a former Green Beret and a highly skilled special operations soldier engaged in solo stealth and espionage missions, who is often tasked with destroying models of the bipedal nuclear weapon-armed mecha known as Metal Gear. Controlled by the player, he must act alone, supported via radio by commanding officers and specialists. Some of Solid Snake's biggest feats include blowing up a tank using only grenades, overcame both of his own genetically superior twin clone brothers, defeated the legendary soldier that he was cloned from twice, surviving microwave bombardment for 3 straight minutes while already fatigued from battle, destroying bipedal walking tanks that had the power to shoot nukes from around the world, saving the world from the largest insurrection in human history, survives electrical torture of multiple rounds with no lasting damage, runs upstairs endlessly for 2 minutes while dealing with enemies chasing after him with guns, climbs down a tower with a rope in a blizzard while avoiding gunfire from a helicopter, and finally, the biggest one in my opinion, he was burned permanently on his face and continues the rest of the game with it. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro, this dude is insane. Alright, so of course, like everybody else, Solid Snake has committed crimes. I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but here we go. Possession of a firearm, trespassing, espionage, terrorism, unregistered possession of machine guns and other destructive devices, contraband of weapons, possession of unregistered and prohibited firearms / destructive devices, usage of chemical weapons, perfidy, killing civilians, stalking, animal cruelty. And also in Metal Gear Solid 4, it was literally going to be an alternate ending that Snake was going to get court-martialed and tried for actually committing war crimes and I think treason against the United States. So, yeah, basically he's done some pretty fucked up shit as well, which is why, again, he's not the most heroic on this list. I'd say he's either second or third, but the next guy on this list, in my opinion, is the most heroic video game character in the history of video games. Here we go. Everybody get ready and buckle up. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, this video has taken me absolutely forever. And the reason why it's going out now is because I've just been going to a bunch of high school football games and watching a bunch of football recently. So I've just had no time really to work on this video. So please cut me some slack. But also, here we go. The most heroic video game character in the history of video games is on this list, and he is coming up, and I will tell you every single reason why this guy is the most heroic. Alright, Here we go. I'm about to play the gameplay right now. Ha 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 ha! Yes! Yes, everybody! The biggest video game hero in the history of gaming, in my opinion, is none other than Doom Guy, aka Doom Marine, aka Doom Slayer. He goes by many names, but he does the same thing in every game, and that is kick ass from demons from hell. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. This is my most heroic hero of all time, and it's really a no-brainer when you think about it. Whenever I read off his feats, he's done more good and just more everything than anybody else probably in gaming. And he has done no evil at all, which is absolutely insane. So let's get into this man's accomplishments. Here we go. I'm so excited to finally talk about why I think this dude is the best ever. The Doom Guy is a fictional character and the protagonist of the Doom video game franchise of first-person shooters. He was introduced as the player character in the original 1993 video game Doom. Within the Doom series, Doom Guy is a demon hunter space marine dressed in green combat armor who rarely speaks on screen, and his personality and backstory were intentionally vague to reinforce his role as a player avatar. Doom Guy's biggest feats include killing cyber demons, spider masterminds, literal gods from hell, and he can one-shot them with one punch as well. He's able to kill the mother demon, blew a fucking hole into Mars itself to make a shortcut, shot himself out of the most powerful gun ever, and he survived it with no harm done to him at all. Has literally saved mankind countless times from literal demon invasions from hell itself. And he has defeated the literal icon of sin, not one, not two, but 3 separate times. And they were different icons of sins. Each one of them were more powerful than the last, and he defeated every single one of them. Now, from what I understand and what I could dig around for, Doom Guy has really only committed 2 evil acts, and you can't really call these really evil. The first one is whenever he slaughters the endless hordes of demons. One of the, quote, evil acts that he has committed is that he has slaughtered former humans without any hesitation. And the final act of evil that he has supposedly committed is that he assaulted his commanding officer before he became, the hero we all deserve. But it was justified because his commanding officer told him to fire on a group of defenseless and innocent people. So really, he was just doing the good thing. Doom Guy, congratulations! You are the champion. You are the most heroic character in the history of video games. Nobody can tell him otherwise, and nobody can especially tell me otherwise. Congratulations, Doom Guy. You are the most heroic. Before I end this video, I just want to talk to you guys for a sec and just say how thankful I am for the opportunity to do YouTube. YouTube has been my life goal for as long as I can remember, and the amount of support that I have gotten on my recent videos, it truly means a lot to me. I'm going to start doing videos like this from now on. The gaming videos, I like doing that, but not right now. But thank you guys so much for your understanding and your support, and I promise, I know that my upload schedule has been a bit in the toilet recently, but I promise I'm going to just fix it. I've just been so busy with so much stuff, whether it was school or whether it was just social events. You know, I'm only in high school and I want to actually have a real high school experience, and I don't want to just do YouTube all the time and miss out on stuff. That's not what I want to do. But I hope you guys understand, and I'm going to be making the best quality videos I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for understanding. I love each and every single one of you, and my upload schedule is going to be better now. Goodbye!